Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you're new to this channel, you're welcome, very much welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you eventually find this video helpful. And yes, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that has subscribed to this channel, because bro, we just hit over 100 subscribers on this channel, and I am indeed very much grateful. I appreciate you so much. I love you. So without taking much of your time, let's just jump straight into why we are here, the overlocking machine, how to use it, how to thread it, the advantage, and everything about it. So what is an overlocking machine? First, we need to know what an overlocking machine is. So an overlocking machine is a tool tailors use to finish their work, like an outfit on the inside, to give it that perfect finish and that perfect look, a neat look, because we don't want to have our dress or an outfit looking so beautiful on the outside, and then when you turn it on the inside it's something else. It's nothing to write home about. So this is where this comes to save the day. And yeah, I noticed that most tailor find it very much difficult to use overlocking machine because of the threading, how difficult it is to thread. But then again, this baby is here to save the day, the Singer overlocking machine. Why I love this baby is the direction it comes with, how to thread it. You don't even have to be an expert to know how to thread the overlocking machine. You don't have to have an experience to know how to thread an overlocking machine. It comes with manual. And this manual is not even something like a book manual that you could misplace um, one day or the other. The manual is literally just indicated on the sewing machine, on the weaving machine itself, and it's just so amazing. So if you want to get an overlocking machine, I advise you get a Singer overlocking machine, be it tabletop or industrial, because it's not like the normal green head overlocking machine that there is no direction. You need to pay someone to teach you how to use it, or you need to like rack your head so hard for you to know how to thread it. This is very much different, and that is why I love this particular Singer overlocking machine. So I'm just going to show you how this works and how it's easy for one to use, even if it's your first time. It is very much easy for you to use. So opening it from here, all you need to do is to press hard on this. Once you press it hard, you open it, and looking at this part, it comes with a direction here. It comes with a direction on how to use it. You see where I say you don't even need like a paper manual, because it doesn't come with a paper manual. The manual is inscripted on the body, which is very, 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 very lovable, because whenever you are lost, you can just bring this down and then look at how you can thread it, and then you just go ahead and thread it. So it comes along with the description here and here. So it shows you, it indicates the color on how to thread the machine. So every thread space, whatever they call this, has a color, and those colors are their directions on how you can thread your machine. So for us to thread this machine, what we'll be needing is our thread. Very much important. We cannot work with this machine if there is no thread in it. So we'll be working with 4 colors of thread. I'm actually using 4 different colors to make this much easier for everybody. Yes, because this is actually indicated, like I said earlier, it's indicated by colors. So I'm working with the colors that it is being indicated with, so that it is easier for us to see and understand what I'm trying to explain. And the other thing we'll be needing for this weaving machine as well is our picker. Very much important. To pick your thread, you need this. And then we also need our scissors. So let's just go ahead and begin to thread. So this is the back of the weaving machine. This is how it looks at the back. So it comes with a 4 thread stand. You can equally work with it as a 3 thread weaving machine. You can weave with it with just 3 thread, but I usually use the 4 thread to weave. So these are the 4 thread stands. So it comes with an adjustable hanger. So you can choose to bring it down when you are done, and when you want to weave, you take it up just like this. So the first um, thread that is going to be here is going to be the yellow one, because this is where the yellow indicator is. So I'm going to put the yellow thread here for you. I'm showing you through the back so that you can see it very well. But don't worry, I'll turn it to the front. So once this yellow one is here, all you need to do now is just pass it through the hanger this way. So make sure it enters this hole that is here. So once this thing is in the hole, if you take a look, let me bring it closer. Coming close to it now, there is a bra. It's more like a bra hook. There's a hook that looks like a bra hook. And how all you need to do now is pass it through that hook, and you only know that it is placed well if you hear the sound. So if you hear this sound, you are good to go. But if you don't hear it, you have to do it again. So once you placed it in this hook, you go ahead and just drop it here, and then you go ahead now to go to the second thread holder. So the second thread holder is actually the red color indicator. So I'm going to be using the red so that you understand. Using the red color thread. So you do the same thing, pass it here, and then have it hooked over at this place again. So once you hear that sound, you are good to go. So the next color we'll be using is the lemon color thread. You do the same thing on the third thread holder, and then hang it over here and pass it through the hook. You are good to go with that step. And now you do the same with the fourth indicator blue, the blue thread, and you do the same thing over here. You are good to go. So this back part now is ready for you, just perfect. The next thing for you to do now is to turn your machine to the front. So guys, this is it. You can actually do this without turning your machine back and front, but for the sake of this video, so you can see what I'm doing, I have to turn it back and front for you to see. So now that we have had our thread passed this way, I told you that they are all indicated by their colors. If you look closely, you'll see that we have the yellow color, we have the red color, we have the green color, and we have the blue color. And that's the more reason why I use these four colors of thread, each color pertaining to the color indicators, so that you guys can understand better. Now we are going to go ahead now and open our machine. So once this is open, the first thread that you pass across is usually the red thread. The red thread is always the first thread to pass in your needle. You go ahead, take your red thread, pass it through this line. Make sure it is inside the line here. Where this my picker is. Make sure it's inside this place. So you pass it through there and have it inside here. Make sure it feels tight. Once it's there, it is going to feel tight. So if it doesn't feel tight, that means you did not place it well. You put it there so it feels tight. So once your thread is passed through this place, so right under here, there is a sort of hook here. I'll just have to bend this so you see it. Oops. Okay. So right under here, there is a hook. So once your thread is passed here, you make sure it falls under that hook there. Having passed your thread under the hook, the next thing to do now is to take your thread and then pass it through the hook of the first thread indicator down there, just like I'm doing. Just do exactly the same thing that I'm doing. And once you have passed it through that first hook, the next thing to do is to pass it through the second hook where it has the red dots as well. Pass it through the second hook there. So once you are done passing it through the second hook, you go ahead to pass it through the third hook with the third red dot. So having succeeded in going through this part, the next thing now to do is to get our thread and then pass it through the eye of our first blade. I think that's a blade. Yeah, it's a blade. Get it through the eyes of our first blade. yeah, the blade that has this circle, like where my picker is pointing at now. So you pass it through the eye of that blade. So now that we've been able to pass the red thread through the eye of the blade, the next thing for us to do is to move the thread behind the weaving machine and then pass it underneath the presser foot. After that, we go ahead and push this red thread behind the other eye of the second blade, because if this is not done it will affect the weaving process. So once that is done, we are moving ahead to the second color, which is the yellow thread, the yellow color. So we are just going to go on and fix it the same way we did the red thread with the indication of their colors. So this is actually the yellow color. This is the first place it's going to stay, just below the red thread. So after that, we are moving in on to the second part where we have the yellow dot. And once that is achieved, we're also going to move that again to the third dot indicated. Just do exactly what I am doing. Follow the step. If you follow me step by step, then you're going to achieve the same result. So once that is placed in the third dot, we are going to place the thread again underneath the hook of the fourth dot. Now this is where another trick is going to take place. We are not done here. This is not where it ends. So taking this thread now, this yellow thread, down to our second blade, like the eye of our second blade. Just watch me. So you are going to take this thread behind the second blade, the same way you took the red thread behind the second blade. You are going to take the yellow thread again behind the second blade, and there you have to push the thread the way I'm pushing it, because there's a hook inside that place. My camera was not able to capture it, so you have to push it so you are able to feel that hook. And once you feel the hook, it gives you that kind of sound it gave you when you were fixing the thread behind the thread stand or at the thread stand. So once you achieve that sound, once you've heard that sound, you go ahead and pull the thread. After you have pulled the thread, the next thing to do now is to get your thread and then pass it through the eye of the blade again. The same way you just passed it through the eyes of the first blade, you are going to pass this yellow one to the same way in the eyes of the second blade now, not the first blade anymore, the second blade, just as I am doing at the moment. So now that this is done, we are going to go over to the third thread, which is the green thread. So the same way we passed the red and the yellow thread above that line, we are going to do the same thing to the green thread. But this time again, we are going to pass this thread under this hook that I am passing it through right now. So once that is done, we'll take the thread and pass it down to the second hook itself. So having done this, you're going to take this thread up and pass it above this green indicator we have here. Yes, just do the same thing that I am doing and expect the same result. So passing it down to this place, we're going to pull the thread down and then pass it through the eyes of the needle, the main needle. Now at this point we have needles, two different needles that are indicated A and B. So the green thread goes to the needle A. That is where the green thread is going to be. So after you are done passing the thread through the eye of the needle, all you need to do is pull the thread backwards, just like you pulled other thread backwards behind, and let it sit under the presser foot. So we're going to do the same thing to the fourth thread, which is the blue thread. The same way you pass the rest, you're going to pass it that same way too. But this time around, we are passing it through the second hook, just like I have done, and then through the blue indicator below under the green indicator, you pass it through that place. And after that, you just go ahead and pass it through the second needle that is indicated B. So once that is done, baby, you are good to go. So it's something that is really easy, very much easy for us to or for you to thread. And that is why I really love this singer overlocking machine, because of how it has made everything easy for one to know how to thread. So guys, now that we are done fixing the thread and everything, I'm just going to go ahead now and test run it so that you can see the result that it gives. So guys, this is the end of the video. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure you get a baby for yourself today. Okay.